Welcome to the £1 to £1,000 challenge, which we intend to make from my method called the code £1,000 this week with a mere £5 bets. Now, we did this last week with £1,060 profit on paper, but we're actually going to do it now in real life with real money. Today's meetings, just have a look at the meetings. We've got soft ground at Punchestown, soft ground at Sedgefield, soft and heavy in places, and computer meltdown because we are recording at the same time, so it's slowing me down. Soft at Southwell, it's not the all-weather course, and a nice Wolverhampton tonight on the all-weather. So the system does drop its win rate on the change of ground, and officially there are no bets, but I'm going to play through these, and I'm going to use just 2 of my 4 most potent codes, because that's really all I could now keep up with when personally betting. Now, you want to be betting with the exchanges. You don't want to be backing with the bookmakers, because your account will be shut down pretty sharpish if you do. When you're hitting what the code does, outsiders at 33 to 1, 50 to 1 on a regular basis. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and deposit into Betfair. We're going to use Betfair. You can use Bet365 or any other exchanges. You can use the bookmakers, but don't expect your account to last long before you get shut down, because of the consistency that you're going to be winning at, and the odds, the big odds that you're going to be winning at as well. So I'm going to use 2 codes, and I call them the, I don't know what the commission is for depositing money into Betfair. There is commission. There's a commission in each bet as well that you make. 1020 should cover it, with approximately £1,000 bank. To that £1,000 bank, then we're saying it's going to be £10 stakes level. I could play the other way. I could play sort of a £2 progressive stakes. It's much more comfortable at the lower stakes, and will make an equal amount, and we might change those staking halfway through the week to show you how that works. But what I won't do is be doubling my stakes until we at least double the bank to £2,000. So go ahead and deposit. We don't want to deposit with that method. We want to deposit with from Nutella. Hopefully we can do that. So I won't be able to record all of this, but what I will do is run through the actual bets made from the initial deposit, and you'll see how the bank grows throughout the week. This is the world's most powerful horse racing method. I will categorically state that until somebody shows different, and I know from being in the industry 21 years that there is no one that can compete with this. The only problem with this is it is a full-time job. And if you are working, then you at least need to be getting on, say if you're working days, you need to be getting on all night meetings, or vice versa, or just until you make a good enough profit that you're happy with, and then you can just walk away and have a few days off and spend your winnings or whatever. Right, I'm just going to pause the video now on the deposit while I make this deposit for security reasons. back in a while. So okay, I've deposited that figure there. We have just over 1,000. It didn't charge me for that deposit. I thought it would. Okay, so we're starting with just over 1,000, 1,020, and the aim is by Sunday. It's now 26th of the 11th 2019, and we're starting on the Tuesday, so just less than 7 days. We do expect a one losing day in the week at this time of year, in fact maybe even two, but we have been getting bonus days that are more than covering sort of up to 4 losing days on that one booster day, we call them. So that's no panic if we do go down on any particular day. It is frustrating working the whole day for that, but just like any other business, this is how it goes. So any other business can have its non-days. Most retailers will have the positive days though, coming up to Christmas. I should hope for them. So this is obviously tax-free, and the reason that I go through Neteller is that you don't want any trouble depositing back to your banks, because you could get some questions raised, and obviously they don't mind you and say anything putting money into the account and taking it from the bank, no questions asked. But putting it back in, you can be accused of being a money launderer and washing, cleaning money from drug money, and this is what they're really scared of, bothered about, so they do kind of punish everybody for that. So if you go through Neteller, then the money transfers back through Neteller. Cost you about £20 on the 1,000. I think it was about £28 actually for the 1,000. So you're just going to have to take that on the chin, and then you shouldn't have any money going back from Neteller into the bank. But if the bank sees that there's money coming through, as I did before, and I got my money frozen actually because I deposited 5,000 in one go, and yeah, the money got investigated by CID or something like this, and the banks wouldn't tell me what was going on. I didn't know exactly what was going on, and they froze the money for 9 months. They eventually realised that there was no shenanigans going on. It was all legitimate, and but even so, they said they closed the bank account, and they said don't bank with our banking group ever again. So that's a really nice apology from them, and that was the Halifax Bank. So a warning to everyone. So there you go. This is probably because they do know that the system can be beat. It took me 21 years to develop this method, but this method absolutely ensures guaranteed profits, and this is the reason now I'm going to show this this challenge. And not only the challenge, we're going to go on to make thousands and hundreds of thousands more, and I'm going to show you exactly how to step up your bets according to my expected loss rate, because there's obviously going to be losses. There's no perfect system that's going to give you non-stop wins. And so we go to the exchanges. I've never played on the exchanges before. I've always used the bookmakers, so this is a first for me. So we go to horse racing on the exchange part of Betfair there. Now I could use this a little bit faster, so I am going to stop recording, and I'm just going to tot up at the end of each day, and I'm going to show you each bet made that can't be altered through Betfair's previous bets, and therefore I can't be accused of doing any fiddlings or depositing more money or whatever excuse anybody needs to have to not go forward and make the same progress and actions in their life, because all it takes with me is to execute the bets. Now, I was helping people, and I have been helping people for 6 years, but I've got into all sorts of trouble by trying to do that. First of all, the system has only just recently been completely developed, because for me to find the intended outsiders that the bookmaker knows about took quite a while, and it took quite a while to avoid a lot of losing bets, and I was wondering why I was getting those losing bets. I didn't really know, and it comes down to the fact that these change of grounds are a big factor in that. So if there's any change of grounds, I do say do not bet at these grounds. It's only really for the professionals. I know what I'm doing. So you would just I have stopped helping people. The reason why, many factors, but the main reason, while I'm doing this, I can't do the tipping and help people make money because simply don't have time because of the execution. The bookmakers have made it more difficult now to for the opening shows that I need the opening shows, so the opening market comes very late, about 1 minute to the off, as late as that these days. And so I need to obviously look at this first race here. I need to examine each individual horse within that minute and do my maths calculations according to the system, the method. I'll call it a method because the system this does have a little bit of flexibility. It is math based, and we are following what the bookmakers are telling us, and he's very good at doing that, but he does have a little few tricks up his sleeve. So if you're playing poker with him, he might have a few extra cards up his sleeve there. That's pretty much what we've been working on for the last few years, developing what those little tricks are, and it's completely now developed. Unfortunately, only I can execute this system, this method, and I don't trust anybody else to tell them to be able to, train up staff to have a business to tip the horses or wherever. But yeah, if you need help, drop me a line, and if there's enough call for a tipster service, then I will try and sort something out. But at the moment, while I'm executing my own bets, I won't be able to help in that way until we get the auto code, which is the program that's going to do all this automatically. You're going to be able to set your bets, leave your parameters, make a bet within the last minute or up to the last hour, and the system will automatically pull out the bets for you, and will make and you can use progressive stakes if you like. Now, progressive stakes, like I say, you can use smaller bets but reach the same conclusion, reach the same figures without, if you're a little bit scared of making level stake bets, which you shouldn't be, because the system will provide for you. And so let's have a look at this first race, 12:30 at Punchestown. I'll just get the exchange up for it. So horse racing, just need that page a little bit wider. Now, I do like to use Betfair as a tool on the main book, so I will have 2 Betfairs opening, so that might even slow the computer down far more. Let's go to the sports book. need the market there. Then to horse racing. It's very, very slow, so I am going to have to cut down off the recording of this and come back at the end of each day, because people seem to, that are in the industry, seem to have trouble computing that it is possible to make 100 points at least average easily per week, with no sort of no trepidation. It's completely going to happen. It's never happened anything less. I'm just doing my math now, start preparing. So I'm looking for gold bets and big fix, what I call the big fix. Big fix is based on the highest corruption of racing, and especially when I get a market signal, we can. We're doing level stakes at the minute, but once next week we're going to go through stakes to advised staking, which for the gold bets I do advise 10 points, 10 times your stake. So if you staked £1, it will be a £10 stake on the maximum bet and the gold bets. And the fixed bets, there we go, we're having a computer meltdown already, so I can't really work at this speed, so I'm going to have to close down and the recording of this and come back. Just bit my tongue there. So I did have a signal earlier for Spire Tower on the 1st, but that's not signalling to me anymore for a gold win bet. It might come back for a signal. It looks like the first three in the market here is between those. Yeah, I'm working too slow here, so I'm just going to cut off, come back at the end of the day, do a tally up. We'll do that at the end of each day, and we'll do it at the end of Sunday as well, and then we'll do that consistently, and then next week we'll play to advise stakes. Okay, it takes a little bit more confidence, but the confidence is there with what the system is telling me. So if I get a really strong bet, a gold gamble, then I'm going to put 10 times the amount on, and if I get a I might even show you the reverse gambles. We might play a few of those, but they're going to have to be extremely confident before I have a go at those. So I'm essentially playing two codes, two methods of finding winners. The big fix last week found two 33-to-1 winners, a 50-to-1 winner, and a 20-to-1 winner. Just yesterday was 16-to-1 and 33-to-1, but you could have got 66s on the exchanges. A big difference. That's why I say play on the exchanges. Okay, so you're going to get higher prices by playing the exchanges. I don't have a bet in the first tier now. So I can't show you the first exchange bet, but we will go through the exchanges, and I'll show you how to once I get a faster computer response, because I don't think that there's anyone on YouTube showing you how to do this on the exchanges. So I will do that once it's a little bit quieter. Maybe on the evening meeting tonight I might nip in and do another video, but of course subscribe to follow this, and hit the bell so you get the latest videos automatically sent to you. You can see my progress, and I intend to get this out there and help as many people as possible, but I will require a fee if I'm going to run it as a business. Depending on the amount of people that want the service will affect the price that I need to, obviously, if I'm going to withhold my own bets and type in the information for you guys, I won't have time to get on my own bets. So this is why I need what I will be making for myself, covering with any support with subscriptions or what have you. Okay, so without further ado, there is no bet in the first. Wolf Prince I've got as a strong each way here. Wolf Prince is strong each way, that's value. I think we'll go for that, but it is just strong, and I'm only playing the gold gambles, so just so you know, I'm only playing the gold gambles and the fixers strictly this week. The strong bets do have the place as well, and they will make a profit. The gold gambles will make an individual profit by the end of the week. The fixed bets will make an individual profit by the end of the week. The reverse gambles will make an individual profit by the week. So don't be afraid to be betting 2 or 3 horses a race, because a lot of the time you're going to see them come in first and second with maybe 1 loss, and the odds, very rarely all 3 don't make it. If they don't make it, that is purely because the bookmaker's done a switch on the market, and there'll be a reverse gamble there. So if we do cover all selections, what I'm saying, you do still make a profit with every individual system making a profit. Okay, so all this palaver that you have to make 1 bet per race to make it pay, that people 3,000 plus tipsters, and there's 5 new every day coming in, indoctrinating into you. If they grab you and they're the first people that you meet in horse racing, they're going to tell you a pack of lies, basically. So because they only know how to make money their way, and that's why they come to me and they go, impossible, you can't be making 100 points a week. Well, I'm here and I'm going to prove it now. Okay, so they use antiquated form reading, and they're attached to stables with so-called inside information. I've yet to see real inside information, but they generally use information from 1 yard, whereas with my method, I'm scanning and I can see all gambles from all yards coming in that day. Okay, it's very unique. It's not in the way that people think it works, but anyway, we'll come back to it at the end of the day. Thanks for listening.